It was around 8:30 last night when 5 gunshots broke the evening silence in this normally quiet neighborhood on the 1700 block of 1st Street in Kingsville.
Mayor Javier Villalobos signing a disaster declaration in response to the end of Title 42.
Come out with your hands up. We know you're in there. Come out with your hands up.
Hey Taylor, yeah, I just spoke to Officer Travis Pace with the Corpus Christi Police Department. Now, this is preliminary information right now, but what he does tell us is at around 4:20, Corpus Christi Police did receive a call out here to Kentucky Derby and Gold Nugget. Now, when I came, he did tell me that 2 bodies were found on the street. It does appear to be a domestic dispute. This is being investigated as a murder-suicide right now.
Well, Pat, it happened at this home behind me here on North 11th Street in Fulton. Now, Shannon Rowan said it was Saturday morning. She was getting ready for work. She was sitting on the couch when she noticed smoke coming from her bathroom.
Now, after Title 42 expires, migrants will now be processed under Title 8, which will add penalties to those crossing into the country illegally. Now, CBP wants asylum seekers to go through the CBP One app. Pat?
Clara, just listening to the McAllen mayor, they're talking about logistics, right, with all this influx. How is the McAllen port of entry right now?
Well, Pat, right now it's been pretty quiet, and the reason why is because through that CBP One app, they're only allowing the Brownsville port of entry to accept those asylum seekers. In Brownsville to McAllen, it's about an hour south of us, so that is where a lot of the migrants are at the port of entry. Clara Benitez at the U.S.-Mexico border, Chris 6 News.
Hey there, I'm Nadia Escobar at the Rockport Film Festival, where a local is showing off his skills on the big screen. Let's check it out.
I'm Michaela Chavez in Corpus Christi. The threat of heavy rain always raises concerns for street flooding. The city's drainage system can't keep up with the rain if drains are clogged with trash like this. That's why public works crews are clearing the drains before the rain hits.
Thousands of people from across the coastal bend, Texas, and even across the country came to see Donald Trump speak. A lot of them had different ideas on what they wanted him to talk about and what is best for America.
This is Coach Connor's office inside the Texas State Athletic Complex. Now, Coach Connor has led the Lady Bobcats for 17 seasons, one of the school's longest tenured coaches. Last year, though, she had to take some time off, battling stage 4 ovarian cancer. Now, if you follow me, she could rely on one member of the coaching fraternity to help her out, and that would be famed Bobcats baseball coach Ty Harrington, himself also battling cancer.
Well, Chris, police say the man's 2-year-old pit bull slipped into some rocks and then fell into the water. That's what a woman who called 911 told them. Now, right now, this area of the park is closed, and it's unclear if the couple knew this.
I'm Erin Holly here at the Mustang Beach Airport in Port Aransas, where a $5 million airport renovation project is going to take off in the next couple months.
Cruising, many have been doing it for generations, but one group of people in particular like to ride low and slow.
All right, I'm gonna take a line from that classic 1970s war song, you know the one, and take a little trip. Taylor Alaniz, Chris 6 News. Wait, so you can bounce and move at the same time?
We lead things off with developing news out of Corpus Christi as police investigate an apparent murder-suicide. It happened around 4:30 this morning on Kentucky Derby Drive. That's near Greenwood and Saratoga. When police got there, they found the body of 44-year-old Jose Gonzalez and the body of 33-year-old Michelle Munguia laying on the road. Investigators say it appears Gonzalez shot and killed Munguia before shooting himself. Police are treating this as a murder-suicide investigation and will be sure to keep you updated.
Crews from at least 3 fire departments spent the afternoon working to put out a grass fire. This is in Flower Bluff. It broke out around 2 this afternoon on the 200 block of Jester. That's near the Demet Municipal Fishing Pier. Crews got that fire out around 4, but they did continue to look for those hot spots, as you can see right there. Fire officials say that they're still trying to determine what caused that fire, but they suspect it might have been started by people who live in a large homeless camp in the area. This was our breaking news last evening at 6. According to CCPD, they were called out to Staples and Comanche for a shooting victim that was being taken to the hospital by a private car. Investigators say when officers arrived at the hospital, they learned the shooting happened at a home on Van Loan near Nueces on the city's north side. CCPD saying officers found 3 men standing outside that home. 2 were immediately taken into custody and a 3rd ran into the house. That's where officers say they heard a couple of gunshots. They say the suspect turned himself in after an hour-long standoff. As for the person killed, investigators have not yet identified him. Spread to Park Road 22. That's where fire crews were concentrating their efforts today. They created back burns just to force that fire back to that area where it can burn itself out. The fire department says they told us in the 5 o'clock hour it is now out. It may have been started accidentally.
Firefighters say it happened just after 12:30 Sunday afternoon near the Cooper's Alley L-heads, and that the fire started in the engine compartment of a fishing boat. It spread to a propane tank.
Our boat came out, helped us with the fire control to actually spray water off the fire boat, which the marina helped us out with that, ended up extinguishing the fire.
Crews cleaning oil and fuel from the water say as of 5 p.m. Sunday, nearly 95% of the oil was contained. No injuries reported.
With tears in his eyes, Yorkensen Oswaldo Marquez Rivas says the journey to the United States has been anything but easy.
We crossed the jungle. I saw a woman get raped. I saw kids get shot at for trying to flee robbers.
Rivas says he was one of the lucky ones that crossed before Title 42 expired.
We suffered all this tragedy for a simple dream, to get our family ahead.
Crossing the Rio Grande through Brownsville.
There was officers that said, hurry, hurry before we close. We got lucky and crossed quickly, but behind me there was a massive group of people.
After spending several days in a detention center, Rivas says he was finally released with his wife and 3-year-old daughter, showing me his notice to appear in front of an immigration judge, which is scheduled in a few weeks. His story not unique, as several Venezuelan migrants are in the same situation. This is Jefferson Gutierrez. He too crossed through Brownsville with his family and is now trying to figure out how to buy bus tickets to San Antonio without any money. McAllen Mayor Javier Villalobos signing a disaster declaration in response to the end of Title 42, reflecting the end of the pandemic.
The issues we had before with COVID are pretty much done. Now we have some other issues dealing with immigration, and some of them are the lack of resources of some of the immigrants now.
Opening up an overflow shelter at the Anzalduas Park, hoping to expand their capacity to 5,000 people in the next few days. As for the migrants waiting for what to do next, all they can do is hope that help is on the way. McAllen Mayor did mention that the governor was going to still bus these migrants to other cities around the country, but we do not know, and we have not seen any of those buses provide free transportation only to those migrants here at the shelter. Reporting in McAllen, Clara Benitez, Chris 6 News.
The horrific scene unfolded right in front of her. It is our top story. This is something, that we had never seen, up close. I've seen it on TVs and heard it, but I mean, I had never witnessed something like that.
From the vantage point almost directly across from these apartments, this woman saw the brutal killing of one of the two men.
It was scary. It was scary, to be, right in, in front of you.
It was around 8:30 last night when 5 gunshots broke the evening silence in this normally quiet neighborhood on the 1700 block of 1st Street in Kingsville. 2 men made their way into upstairs apartment 2A, where they shot 41-year-old Adan and 37-year-old Jose Villarreal, brothers, both of Alice. While details of why this happened is the subject of an investigation by the Kingsville PD and Texas Rangers, the how it happened was witnessed by this woman, who saw one of the victims stumble down this flight of stairs and land on the ground.
First, I thought it was firecrackers. And then when I saw that he started shooting the man that was in the floor, that's when I noticed that it was a gun, because he was aiming the gun at him and he shot him twice.
The witness called 911 as she saw both men run in different directions.
I was in shock because I had never witnessed anything like that, and I was scared.
Some drugs located on one of the individuals. Whether or not that was actually a factor is still not fully known. So that is something that could conceivably be part of what occurred with this particular incident.
As of news time, Kingsville police have made 2 arrests. 30-year-old David Isasi Jr. of Kingsville and 18-year-old Isaiah Lamar Lopez from Palfurias. Both have been charged with 2 counts of capital murder. Rudy Trevino, 3 News.
This Corpus Christi couple says they only wanted to bring diversity to Corpus Christi. Photojournalist Roy Hinojosa has her story. Check it out.
This is our 3rd year here now. We just saw that there was a need, honestly, for a variety of places, especially in downtown. We're here to try to be as inclusive as possible for everyone. Something that is a bit more family friendly, something that is a bit more affordable for everybody. That way everyone is included. We have a shelf where we have free items. We also post free menu items, free food and stuff like that, just to make sure that, there's always food for everybody.
We initially started at a bar, just making random things in the back. My wife was real diligent on finding the actual place. She came across this place. It wasn't for lease. The downtown management helped us get with the owners and rent this spot out, and it was a good year of just me and her tearing everything up and repainting and fixing everything to make Fresco what it is.
Basically everything that we serve here is made, if not daily, every other day, so everything here is pretty fresh. We have a carne guisada Frito pie that a lot of people really like. We have a lot of rice bowls, quesadillas, fruit cups, smoothies, so a good variety of a lot of things. Hopefully we can make Fresco a staple of Corpus, so anytime you think of Corpus or someone comes in, this is a place that, they have to try out.
Come see us, man. Welcome to Fresco.